3 police officers near San Antonio are being investigated for the violent arrest of a black teenager right outside his front door. His family's home security camera recorded the incident, and we have to tell you the video is very disturbing. The attorneys for Zakie Rayford's family are demanding that the officers be suspended without pay after the 18-year-old was tackled and tased. This happened in Schertz, Texas earlier this month. Maria Villarreal spoke to the teenager, his father, and their lawyers about the arrest.
With his arms raised and police commanding 18-year-old Zakie Rayford to get on the ground of his driveway, he instead runs to his front door with police in pursuit. Rayford reaches the door screaming for his father. Police first tased Rayford before tackling him to the ground.
Stop resisting.
Moments later, Rayford is tased again. Another officer can be seen kicking Rayford. His father then opens the door. As he demands answers, the officer who tased the teen appears to issue a threat.
You better relax, you're gonna get it next. Promise you will.
Kevin Rayford, Zakie's father, says he believes his son was targeted because of his race.
Why is it so important for not just you to speak out, but for your son to speak out in this moment?
The police brutality is just unacceptable. It's enough.
Police say he'd run a red light, and when officers attempted to stop his vehicle, he fled to his home. He's since been charged with felony evading in a motor vehicle, resisting arrest and detention, and possession of marijuana.
I was really scared, fearing for my life.
People will watch that video and say, why did you run?
When I hopped out of the car, I automatically saw their weapons on me, so I just went to somewhere I would feel safe. And the inside of my house was the safest place I could think of.
In a statement to CBS News, the Schertz Police Department said an investigation is underway, and if any policy infractions are discovered, staff will be held accountable and appropriate actions will be taken. But family attorney Daryl Washington says the officers should be suspended without pay.
When an officer violates someone's civil rights, when you see them commit a wrong like these officers did, I think the penalty needs to be just a little harsher. Otherwise, you have nothing that's going to stop officers from doing this in the future.
Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Dallas.
Oh, my gosh.
That's hard to watch.
It's very hard to watch. I mean, there's so many layers of wrong there. I get it. The police are saying we tried to stop him. He kept going. He's home. He's in his neighborhood, so he says, let me get home. People have to understand how afraid black people are of police officers in this time. You just have to understand that. So when he gets to his house, he gets out, his arms are up. They tell him to get down. Again, he doesn't get down. He says, I just got to get inside the house. But when the cops can see that he's not armed, that he's calling for his dad, so clearly he's a young person, and the female officer who's kicking him just adds, there's just so much wrong about this.
The incident starts with supposedly with him running a red light and driving.
And that's wrong.
Yeah,
that's
and
wrong.
Driving, according to their description, about a mile to his home with their red lights flashing behind him, and he didn't pull over. That's what starts this.
Yeah.
How it ends is another matter.
You mentioned race is a factor here. He's also just a teenager. You're 17 years old when the police are after you. You feel scared, and you want to get home, particularly if you're that close to home.
The other problem, Tony, is, and people don't want to hear this or believe this, white kids are given the benefit of the doubt.
I had the very same thing happen to me a mile from my house. I ran a light trying to get home. Classic case.
You can't generalize it. I get it. But many times, white teenagers are given the benefit of the doubt. They are not looked upon as threatening or frightening. But this kid didn't even have a weapon. His hands are up, and he's calling for his father.